How much time till we're on?
We're on, Ron.
What?
We're on the air right now.
I'm ready.
You. What is up? What's good? What is up? What's good? What is up? What's good? Welcome to Blues News, man. You know how we getting down. You know how we getting down today, man. Today, August 6th, 2025, man. You know what I'm saying? Pop culture, streaming chaos. We colliding again. Tonight we're doing a deep dive, man. Diving deep. More Disney, man. You know, I stay on Disney's neck, man. More Disney. Disney platform drama. We got Spider-Punk news making that big leap in animation. Is a movie coming? Is a movie coming? Then we got some MCU talk in regards to Thor and his fate. What's going on with Thor? Is Thor's future in the MCU? Is it over? Is it solidified? Is he coming back? We're gonna get into it, man. Gonna get into it. Get into it. So I want to say what's good. What's up with everybody, man? How everybody doing? Y'all come on in. Why is that up? That is the craziest thing in the world. I do not know why that's up. But we're gonna swap it out. Swap that out. What is up, man? Y'all come on in. Talk to me in the comments. Junior in the building. What's up? What's up? Key's not a robot. What's up, man? I think this is the first time I done saw you, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. As you're coming in, please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Like my homies in North Memphis say, North. Please get the likes up, man. Get them likes up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as you coming in. If you are not a member, if you are not subscribed, please do so. We do this every day, 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, man. Let's jump into it. Let's jump into this Hulu Disney situation. Let's talk this Hulu Disney situation. It's a lot of craziness going on with this Hulu Disney stuff. So yeah, man. Hulu this it kind of piggybacks on what I talked about last night when it comes to these streaming services. Seems like Disney is trying to consolidate, which is not necessarily a bad thing, man. Disney is officially deleting the standalone Hulu app as part of a broader effort to merge Hulu content into the Disney Plus app. Through Hulu's branding and identity, it'll still be accessible inside of the Disney Plus app. Users will no longer have a separate app, right? Users will no longer have a separate app. This is streamlining. This streamlining is part of Disney's strategy to simplify its offerings and retain its subscriber base by consolidating these platforms. Salute. Q is not a robot. My fault. Q was not a robot. So yeah, this is them consolidating everything, right? Now Hulu will live entirely within Disney Plus. Now, I, on the other hand, believe that scrap Disney Plus and use Hulu, since Hulu has and I know some people might argue with me and say that Disney Plus has the brand recognition. I believe Hulu, being around as long as it's been around, has the brand recognition. Back before there were a smorgasbord of streaming services, there was like 2, maybe 3. It was Netflix and there was Hulu. Right? It was Netflix, Hulu. In my brain, I'm saying, you know what? Disney Plus ain't necessarily served us well. Let's keep Hulu. Let's consolidate Disney Plus into Hulu. That's what I would have done. But let's really get into the nitty gritty here and read the article. You know, we got to get these articles popping. Read this article. Hulu. Oh, Hulu. How many of y'all got Hulu out there, man? How many of y'all got Hulu out there? How many of y'all now have to worry about this Is the consolidation even going to matter to y'all? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to matter? So it says Hulu is officially ending as Disney reveals New streaming plans. Hulu is set to be phased out soon as Disney plans a full integration with Disney Plus, the company making new plans and managing their streaming services. Disney fully owns both Hulu and Disney Plus, having fully bought it from NBC Universal shares from Comcast in June of 2025. The content on Hulu includes original shows, movies, alongside network and cable programs from Disney-owned channels. According to Variety, Disney is planning to merge Hulu and Disney Plus into one streaming app by 2026. Despite this integration, there will still be options for separate subscriptions for Hulu or Disney Plus. However, both services will be available in a Disney Plus app that includes Hulu. Additionally, Disney's international star branding will be replaced by Hulu fall of 2025. So if you are international and you are subscribed to the Star brand, right? Star now will become Hulu for you guys, right? Appreciate that. Appreciate becoming a member, man. I really appreciate that. That's dope. That is dope. I got to give you something for becoming a member. Give you this.
Cheetah's out of control. I'm out of control. This whole damn party's out of control.
Show you how we treat our members over here, man. I appreciate you becoming a member, man. That's dope, man. It keeps everything moving and grooving over here on our side, man. And I promise to bring you some, you know what I'm saying, good content. Promise bring you good content. Let's keep this thing going. What Hulu's integration into Disney Plus means for the streamer's future. Plans for merging between Hulu and Disney are nothing new for the company. In 2023, Disney CEO Bob Iger believed the merger between Hulu and Disney Plus into one app would happen by the end of the calendar year. Now, I remember them saying that, and I had talks, you know what I'm saying, with other people about it, and everybody kind of agreed that Hulu would have been the better play, maybe, and especially a little bit earlier. Maybe Disney Plus now is, you know what I'm saying, maybe it's getting a little bit more brand recognition. Disney's name is always going to be a bigger brand than Hulu. But as far as the subscriber base, I believe Hulu has the subscriber base already, right? I believe Hulu has the subscriber base already. So, you know, it is that. However, this was before Disney fully owned both streaming services, meaning they were unable to follow through with their plan. Now that the company fully owns both streaming services, though, they can fully integrate the pair together. It's unsurprising considering the current bundles available with them. An ad-free premium bundle containing both Disney Plus and Hulu is currently priced at $19.99 a month. The app integration simply means both streamers will be closer than ever. I wonder, and y'all answer me this: do you think it'd be better? Right? Hey, you know what? Never mind. I'll address that a little bit later, man. Do y'all think it'd be better for if they are consolidating? Why even do a bundle? Why not just consolidate and then it just be one thing? Why have it? Because you're consolidating, but it's still separate, right? It's still separate. And maybe the pitch is, hey, for my Hulu people who don't want Disney Plus, but Disney Plus is how I got to see how this works, because Disney Plus houses Hulu, right? So if I got to log into Hulu to get to my Disney Plus subscription, that's kind of weird. Or if I got to go to Hulu, if I got to go to DisneyPlus.com or whatever it is, I got to have the Disney Plus app to get to Hulu through the screen. I wonder how that works. I wonder how that's gonna work. I got to see how it works. I have it for free, so I've been having both for free for a long time now. So it also appears services remain available for separate purchasing, despite the integration of Hulu onto the Disney Plus app. How this works remain unclear. See how this works remain unclear, as it sounds like Hulu is going to become a subsection of Disney Plus itself. More information will no doubt be revealed closer to the merging of both apps, aiding in a smooth transition for customers. And then they go into that take. They say it's not surprising with ownership over both streaming services, Disney wants to put all their content in one space. True, why would they not? Luckily, despite the merging between both apps, Hulu's integration to Disney Plus will keep it separate identity from content on the main app. This means Hulu will still be a brand for Disney, but not their primary one. So if y'all go into Disney Plus right now and they got the separate brands, like they have Disney, they have Marvel, they have Lucasfilms, they will have all these what's the other National Geographic, all of these. So now Hulu will be its thing. That's weird because why even do that when Hulu it's a weird one. This is weird to me. I don't know how to um do that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how that's gonna function. I don't know how that's gonna function. If y'all can help me out, how would that function? That's a little confusing to me. It's a little confusing to me. Overseas, the change from Star to Hulu further emphasizes this point. Hulu will become a brand name for Disney, while Disney Plus is going to be their core focus moving forward. Whether it gets more eyes from each streaming service until more content remains to be seen. But it's understandable move for them to have one condensed streaming service. That is totally, totally, totally fair. I dig that. Please consolidate. That's what you should have been doing. That's what you should have been doing. You know what I'm saying? That's uh so now we know Hulu will now live entirely within Disney Plus. The standalone app will be removed. And the aim, it seems to be, is to reduce the churn and to increase Disney Plus subscriber retention. That is a perfect plan. That's the bomb plan. Now, Stamina is asking, why is that weird? It's weird to hear you say, cuz it's not, it's never not been the way for me while I had it. Reason I'm saying it's weird because what's on Hulu? What is on Hulu? Right? Like, you got these shows on Hulu. Why not just migrate all those shows over to Disney Plus? That would make sense. Now, if I want to watch, because if I have FX as its own thing, because FX is on Hulu, if FX has its own tile, why do I need Hulu? Why is there a Hulu tile when there's an FX tile? If I need to watch 20th Century Fox stuff, I think there's a tile for that. Why do I need a Hulu tile? Why not just get rid of Hulu and just take Hulu's library and integrate it over there to Disney Plus? Right? It's like going to a library to go into another library. Like it's a library up front, and then it's a library in the back. That to me don't make sense. Why do I need two double doors? Why do I need when everything can be housed here just in different sections? Does that make sense? Stamina, does that make sense? Like going to Walmart, but then we got Walmart Plus right here, I guess. Or you go to Walmart Plus, but Walmart is in the back. I don't know. Just it's a little weird to me. Just a little weird when everything can just be housed in one place. Why do I need an extra click now or an extra search engine, search bar? I don't know. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel, man. So y'all let me know, man. Do y'all think that is a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Are you cool with Hulu disappearing if Disney Plus adds all the content? You know what I'm saying? Or should these legacy streaming services stay separate? You know, that's really the actual real question. Do you agree with the consolidation or should they stay separate? Me, I agree with the consolidation. I think Hulu as a brand should have been the uh father head over Disney Plus. That's what I believe. But either way, I think it should work. Should work one way or the other. It should work. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's talk to Spider Punk, man. Spider Punk in the building. Spider Punk, man. Spider Punk. Sony has now announced a Spider Punk animated feature that will be in development. Daniel Kaluuya and Ajon Singh are attached, with Kaluuya co-writing. I think that's dope. This builds on his standout turn in across the across the Spider-Verse, and it emphasizes more representation. Right? It emphasizes more representation. We always talk about representation on this channel. Representation is a good thing. Representation brings new and fresh new ideas into the zeitgeist of movie making or of any sector that you work in, right? So that is a good thing. This standalone animated Spider-Punk movie will be starring and it will be co-written by Daniel Kaluuya alongside screenwriter Jonya Alexis Singh. The film is a spinoff of Across the Spider-Verse where Kaluuya voiced uh, Hobie Brown, aka Spider-Punk, and it aims to dive deeper into the anarchist punk hero story and his rebellious politics and his unique world. Now, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Spider-Punk. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, right? Huge Spider-Man fan. I got Spider-Man memorabilia all around my little space here. You know what I'm saying? I even got a little plushie over there. Like I rock with Spider-Man, but I'm not 100% familiar with Spider-Punk. I know Spider-Punk does have comics, you know what I'm saying? But I am not up on Spider-Punk like that. I thought he was a dope part of Across the Spider-Verse, but he just didn't I didn't identify with him as much as I identified with Miles, if you get what I'm saying. So I didn't really do a deep dive into who this Spider-Punk Hubie Brown character was. So, I think this is dope. I think it's dope, man. Let me see. Can I share this? Coming from Deadline, this is a better story. So we'll go a little bit more in depth. Coming from Deadline, added to the stage. This is Spider-Punk animated feature from Daniel Kaluuya Ajon Singh is in development at Sony. So Sony is behind this. And I think Sony, let me say this. I was in Darius and Chillmonger's chat a couple days ago, and Darius was giving Sony was giving Sony shit, which is well deserved, but also I think Sony gets a bad rap because they were just putting out. I don't think they cared about the movies that they was putting out. I think they looked at Venom and said, "Oh snap, we made money off Venom. We made money off Venom twice. Let's give them some more dumb stuff." They gave us uh Morbius, dumb. They gave us a third Venom, didn't work. They gave us Madam Web, didn't work. Um, who was this last one? Craven. Craven was actually pretty decent, but it didn't work. You know what I mean? So I don't want to necessarily say that they don't, because Darius was like they don't know what they're doing with Spider-Man. I would say, Darius, go back and look at Tobey Maguire movies. That was all Sony, no Marvel involvement. Go back and look at Andrew Garfield, at least the first movie, even though I like both of them. It made money. Like they know what they're doing with Spider-Man, but all the things surrounding Spider-Man, I don't think they put the necessary care into it. I think they were just chasing money. I think if they sat down and said, if they sat down and really wanted to build that Spider-Man world, which is what I thought we were gonna get, I think they would be able to make money from it. So I'm actually really confused why they didn't take the time to sit down and flesh out, like you got Miles. You could have fleshed out a whole world with just Miles Morales over there, live action. Right? I think they got Spider-Woman. I think, you know what I'm saying? Anything Spider-Man adjacent you had. It's just you didn't put any kind of care into these villains. I didn't like Venom made money. I didn't like Venom because it wasn't Venom. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't what people like from Venom. Venom should have been real hardcore. Venom and Deadpool should have been kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? Like what Fox had with Deadpool, Sony should have looked at Deadpool and said that's what we want our Venom to be. Not necessarily the cracking jokes, but like the hardcore anti-hero situation. And I think they dropped the ball and they failed at that. So Darius is right. Sony did fail with with all their Spider-Man adjacent characters, but when they do Spider-Man, they really go in with Spider-Man. Depending on it don't even matter what Spider-Man it is. Miles, they killed it with Miles and Across the Spider-Verse and all of that with the Spider-Verse cartoon. I think they're gonna do a good job with Spider-Punk. They just need to sit down and quit trying to get, like, Spider-Man got so much other things. If they want to do Spider-Man adjacent, they want to do Spider-Man adjacent. They got good characters to do Spider-Man adjacent with. Me, I would have done like Spider Island or the clones. Remember, the Spider clones? I would have did that. That would have been the nexus of my Spider-Man universe. Ben Riley. Uh, they had him in Madam Web. That fake Spider-Man dude in Madam Web, he would have been part of it, because even though that was a horrible casting, but like, I would have played with all of that. You got the storyline. Spider-Man been around for damn near 100 years. You know what I'm saying? You got the storyline to use. You got the storyline to use. You just missed it. You just missed it. All right, so they say plot details are under wraps. Let's get back to this article. And there are no other deals in place at this time. The natural assumption, of course, is that Kaluuya will reprise the role of Spider-Punk, which he played in 2023 Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and will reprise in the upcoming Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Amy Pascal will join Christopher Miller and Phil Lord of Lord and Miller in producing after working with them in the Spider-Verse movies and other projects. So there you have it, man. Yes. Yeah. And you know who my big bad would be? What's my vampire dude? Moreland. Moreland would have been the big bad for my Spider-Verse without the Spider-Man that I can't use. If I can't use Peter Parker, I'm bringing in Ben Riley, I'm bringing all the Spider Totems, and my big bad would have been Moreland, with Miles leading the charge. That would have made money. Everybody likes Miles. Miles is not a bad character. You see what he's doing animated. Imagine bringing that animated to real, real life. It's meat on these bones. They just throwing the meat away and trying to give us these bones. You know what I'm saying? They taking these Spider-Man character bones and putting them in water, boiling them, and trying to feed us this bone soup when they throwing the meat away. Like, man, I'm trying to tell you. But that's what happens when you just chasing a buck. That's why when you Marvel, we saw what happened with Marvel. When they started chasing a buck, everything went down. When they got rid of actual creators, everything went downhill from there. When you don't have the creators and a creative team who want to see these characters work and want to see these characters grow, it don't work. It's not that I don't like broth. It's just, why you serving me broth and throwing away, the T-bone steak or the filet mignon or whatever. Like, no, don't feed me no bone broth soup when you done threw all the meat away. You know what I'm saying? Give me what it is. Give me the tomahawk. You got a tomahawk. Let me get the tomahawk. That would have been dope. Give me the tomahawk. You got it. So, I mean, it just seemed like these studios with these comic properties is dropping the ball, man. They just dropping the ball. And I don't understand how you drop how you drop the ball. Like, it's like perfect pass in the end zone and you drop it. Or it's one of those, I forgot what player it was. He running to the end zone, and right before he crossed the line, he just dropped the ball. Fumble. Just don't make sense to me, man. To me, it don't make sense. The layup is right there. The layup is right there. But what do y'all think about this Spider-Punk? Do you think Daniel Kaluuya's character of Spider-Punk can carry a whole movie? Because that's the real question. Will audiences show up for Daniel Kaluuya's Spider-Punk? I know a lot of people say he was a standout character, but was he a standout because of his what he looks like his suit? He got a dope, costume, the big wicks on his head, the dreads, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Kaluuya with the accent. Do you think it could carry a whole movie? Or would you like more Miles Morales first? Does Miles need to be in this? Does Miles need to be in this? Critical Mass, what's up? Yeah, I know, man. I know, man. They limping across. They trying to limp across the finish line. They trying to limp across the finish line. I think Spider-Punk. I think Spider-Punk works. I think a lot of people would like to see Miles' story finished off, especially with the cliffhanger that we left off of. Because I think what you do is I think you get, because they haven't geared us up for Spider-Punk yet. Yes, he was in the second one, but I come back with the third Miles Beyond the Spider-Verse. Spider-Punk is in it, and now I end Miles' story, or Miles' storyline kind of wraps up. We could have it a little open-ended or not, but I showcase a lot more Spider-Punk. Spider-Punk storyline continues. Now I can do a Spider-Punk movie. I think that'll work better. I forgot that is live action, huh? And I don't even like Spider-Man Noir. Do y'all like Spider-Man Noir? If y'all read the comics, do y'all like Spider-Man? I wasn't a big fan of Spider-Man Noir in the comics. This gonna be one of them things where I think Spider-Punk's movie could work, but maybe them two together might work better. Because sometimes everybody don't need to carry a film. I hate to say it. Everybody don't need to carry a film. I'm conflicted now. I'm conflicted. 50-50. I think so. If Sony, I don't think Sony wants to work with Marvel and have to split funds or fees or whatever with Marvel. I think and maybe I'm wrong. Are you saying over in the MCU? Yeah, become the MCU Miles. I don't think we get an MCU Miles. I think if Miles is live action, it is strictly Sony. If I'm Sony, that's the game I'm playing. If I'm Sony, the game I'm playing is I got Miles over here, and Miles might not make Peter Parker money, and that's cool. I'm cool with making 100 million less than Peter Parker. Peter Parker seems to scratch $1 billion every time he jumps out the gate. So me making 900 to 800 million with a Miles Morales movie, I'm fine with it. If I'm Sony, I'm fine with it. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't play games with Marvel. I would look at Marvel as the enemy now. I got Miles. I got a cool Spider-Man too. But yeah, I don't. If I'm Sony, I'm not putting that spot. I gave y'all a Spider-Man. I allowed y'all to at least this Spider-Man to y'all. Now I got my own. Nah, I'm working with what I got. I got a, what I'm saying, a toy in the toy box that y'all can't touch. I'm rocking with it. Which is what they're doing with on the animated side. I don't see why they would not do it on the live action side. Right. Right. They making money on both, indeed. Indeed. But yeah, y'all tell me, let me know what y'all think when it comes to this Spider-Punk. Can he carry a whole movie? Can he carry a whole movie, man? Put in the comments down below. And with that said, let's keep it moving. Like that there. What we got up next, y'all? This the big, okay. Thor. And this is gonna be more. I'm gonna be talking more about more than Thor. I'm gonna be talking about, right? More than Thor, what I will be talking about, because it's some other news that came out along with what I was reading this. Um, so I gotta find that too. Give me a second. Which is, it makes sense, but it's also like, damn, that's kind of a waste. Kind of a waste. That I wear today. That's it. That'll be it. But yeah, so Thor, and at one point in time, I ain't gonna say Chris Hemsworth was thinking about leaving, but he was kind of embarrassed with that last Thor movie, right? I know y'all saw it. That Love and Thunder, man, that's an embarrassing movie. That is an embarrassing movie. And if I'm Chris Hemsworth, I would be. He got every right to be embarrassed, man. He got every right to be embarrassed with that movie. That is an embarrassing movie. You know what I mean? But his future is at stake. What is he gonna do? And he's not the most sought out actor. That's another thing. Some of these guys aren't the most sought out actor. I don't know how many movies Chris Hemsworth has been in since Thor: Love and Thunder. Chad, if y'all can help me out with that, if y'all know any other movies that he's been in since Thor: Love and Thunder, please help me out with that. I know he's still working on what's that action movie he does on Netflix. I know he's doing the third one of that, and I think that's getting a spinoff that he is producing. Um, but other than that, I haven't seen him in a lot of movies. Most movies that he does, like Black Hat, didn't work. It was he was in Ghostbusters. I thought he was good. I thought he was cool in Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters didn't work. Um, what's something else he was in? Was the Transform? I thought that was the other Chris. I thought that was Chris Pratt was in Transformers One. Was it Chris Hemsworth? Now you're gonna make me look it up. Now you're gonna make me look it up. Let's see who was in it. Oh, yep. Men in Black International didn't work. Like a lot of the stuff that he was in just didn't work. Okay, so he was in it. He was in it. Why I thought that was Chris Pratt. Hmm. Okay. Either way. Either way, man. So now we're looking at his future. We're looking at Chris Hemsworth's future as Thor, right? And what's gonna happen? He posted what we all may have interpreted as a farewell message from the set of Avengers Doomsday. So he might not. Is he coming back? Is he not? And that prompted some speculation that he's leaving the MCU. Now he would later walk back some of that speculation, and we're going to get into the Collider uh, article that reports mixed signals, with some insiders saying that he's done. Others suggest that Thor could still return in Secret Wars and things of that nature, or a rebooted timeline. So let's get into this article of coming to the stage. As Chris Hemsworth shares new update on Thor's future following his worrying farewell post. When Chris Hemsworth posted a heartfelt video titled "Thank You, the Legacy of Thor" earlier this year, fans understandably panicked. With Avengers Doomsday confirmed as the next chapter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, many assumed the clip was Hemsworth's way of saying goodbye, and that Thor's fate might mirror the gut punch loss of Loki and Infinity War. But Hemsworth now says everyone read too much into it. Speaking in a new interview, the actor clarified that the so-called farewell post wasn't meant to signal the end of his Asgardian run. Like, I don't think he can do it because Marvel is his only gig. He can't say farewell. Marvel is his only gig. He can't do that. That's his only gig, and Marvel needs him. Now I know. I think Feige was talking about recast. Didn't Feige say he was going to, or was it just Captain America and Iron Man that he was recast? Was it Captain America and just Iron Man? Either way, this is his only gig. It was certainly not the intent, he says. To be honest, my social media team assembled some footage and we were like, oh, this will be cool. We'll put some stuff up and thank the fans. And I was like, yeah, cool. It's been great. So we pinned it together and off I went to do something else. That's what he said. Now he blaming it on his team. We always blame it on our team, right? Oh, hey, look, man. I didn't personally write it. That was my team. It was my team. So within hours of the video's release, speculation ran rampant. Was Hemsworth bowing out ahead of Doomsday? Would Thor meet his demise at the hands of Dr. Doom, as some theorized? Could it be a stealth farewell before a recast or a soft reboot into Secret Wars? Hemsworth, however, says it was just a gratitude moment, not a funeral dirge. He goes on to say, I had a few people ask me about it, and someone on my team said, we've given the wrong impression here, he admitted. We didn't do any damage control. There was no damage control necessary, but a lot was read into a little. A lot was read into a little. I mean, but the thing is, when you post something like that, the internet going internet. The internet is going internet. So him saying, oh, because it was a farewell post, right? It was a farewell post. Was it not? I mean, that's what it was. Now, he says it turns out Hemsworth was already into preparation for Doomsday. A film insider says may test Thor like never before. While plot details are still locked down, the Russo brothers are returning to direct, and the ensemble reportedly includes a new iteration of Dr. Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. Hemsworth didn't reveal any spoilery about Doomsday, but he made one thing clear. Thor's story is not over. Quote, he says, I was already off starting another chapter of this character, and this journey has been the biggest part of my career. So this video was a moment of gratitude, and it wasn't anything else, but it definitely got misconstrued and perceived in a different way. Avengers Doomsday hits theaters worldwide December 2026. Hemsworth new series Limitless Live Better Now streams all 3 episodes on August 15 on Disney Plus and Hulu before airing on National Geographic. So that's what he got. And Q just posted up what else he's working on. Extraction 3, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Prince Charming, Doomsday. These are a few upcoming projects for Chris, but Doomsday stands out for the most of the population. Right, like Extraction 3, I think is going to be dope. I like the Extraction movies he's doing. Is he going to be in that Transformers, G.I. Joe thing? I thought that's live action. From my understanding, that's live action, and that's going to be done. I forgot who it's going to be done by. Is it Robert Kirkman? Who did the his claim to fame is Walking Dead, Prince Charming, and then Doomsday. So from what I see with that, his bread and butter is Marvel. So like I said, I don't want to say nobody's checking with him, but nobody's just when they're doing a movie thinking, oh, I gotta go get Chris Hemsworth. You put it from the IMDb. Okay. Cool. I mean, like I said, I could be wrong. I thought that Transformers G.I. Joe was Robert Kirkman. Let me see. I'm looking for 1 second, y'all. Let's see. Say Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie gets uncertain. Anthony Ramos is known, blah blah. Yeah, it's supposed to be live action. I don't know. It's supposed to be live action. Anthony Ramos is supposed to come back. So it is what it is. It is what it is. but it is what it is. Now, reason I'm talking about Thor and his future, we got somebody who came in and said, "I'm not coming back." Right? Basically, um, from what I took from it, he ain't coming back, and I think it's a waste, especially when I look at somebody who could be back and could be contributing instead of them wasting time on this guy. This guy right here says, this is coming from the direct. Harrison Ford confirms his MCU, and I know Harrison Ford is old. I know he's old, but I just think he might have been wasted. He was wasted. And I'm putting this on a parallel to they recasted Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross with Harrison Ford, and they are super reluctant on recasting T'Challa. Y'all know where I'm going with that. Y'all knew I was about to go right into that. Recasted ASAP with Harrison Ford, who may not even come back, but then are super duper hesitant on recasting T'Challa. Says, as a part of a recent interview, Captain America: Brave New World star Harrison Ford confirmed his MCU future, and his answer was surprise no one. Ford, who took over for the late William Hurt as MCU staple. You hear that? MCU staple, meaning I think he done been in more movies than damn near anybody. Staple, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross in Captain America before he arrived on the scene in 2025 film as one of its primary villains, going from American president to city-destroying rage monster with his transformation into the Red Hulk. While Thunderbolt Ross has been an MCU mainstay over the years, his future is unclear after Ford stepped into the role. There have been no confirmed future appearances for the character going forward in the franchise, but that does not mean Ford hasn't had conversations about coming back in some form, or has he? In a conversation with Variety, Thaddeus Ross actor Harrison Ford commented on his potential MCU future. When asked if Marvel Studios had contacted him about coming back to the superpower universe, Ford offered a blunt nope. They're going to ask, you appeared in Captain America: Brave New World. Has Kevin Feige convinced you to come back to Marvel again? Nope. Now, that you can take kind of any, like, he could say, nah, I didn't need no convincing, so he didn't convince me to come back. I just came back because maybe that's in my contract. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to convince me. It's in the contract. I'm already ready to go. Or you could take that back in as if I ain't been contacted. Ain't nobody even came my way to see if I wanted to continue this role or not. Right? They're going to say in this article why some might take that answer as the Han Solo actor saying he has no enthusiasm for coming back. That is not necessarily the case. Those who have followed the 83-year-old star for years know that this is just how often he is often with the press. Ford has built up almost surmoutingly no funny business persona, and this most recent comment is probably just an instant of that side of him coming out. We all know Ford played the Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross in Captain America: Brave New World. The latest film in the Star Spangled Cap saga follows Captain America Sam Wilson as he contends with the villainous leader and Ford's gamma-radiated alter ego, the Red Hulk. With Harrison Ford return, as much as Harrison Ford can be present, this I don't care one way or another attitude of interviews, he ultimately loves what he does and loves making the kind of movies that the MCU specializes in. Just look at the movies that actor has made over the years. More than the 4 decades in Hollywood, Ford has found his way into some of the most beloved movie franchises of all time: Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Blade Runner. Now he's in the MCU and is likely going nowhere, even if he says otherwise. Thaddeus Ross is too big of a character to just sideline forever. Y'all hear that? That is Thunderbolt Ross is too big of a character to just sideline forever. Chill. You hear that, Chill? That is Thunderbolt Ross. He too big of a character, man. That is Thunderbolt Ross is way too big of a character, Chill. We gotta have him. That's why we recast. We had to have him. That's why we recasted. That is Thunderbolt Ross. We needed this guy. He too big. We can't sideline this character. We can't kill him off. We can't kill Thunderbolt Ross off. Why would we do that? He is way too big, way too important of a character. Y'all knew where I was going with this. Y'all knew exactly where I was going with this. Ford's Ross now sits behind bars in the Rafts mega prison. Say surely Anthony Mackie Sam Wilson would need to talk to the now former president, bringing Ford back into the story. Perhaps his advice would be needed in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, leading some of Earth's mightiest heroes to his. So I need the advice of Thaddeus Thunderbolt, city destroying rage monster, Red Hulk. I need his advice. But I don't need T'Challa's advice. I don't need the king of Wakanda's advice. I don't need the king of the most technologically advanced nation advice. I don't need his advice when dealing with Doctor Doom. I don't need one of the smartest minds this side of Stan Lee's grave. I don't need him in the MCU. I need Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU. That's the guy we need. But and then y'all wonder why people say Marvel fell off. People say the MCU is doomed. Y'all wonder what, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wonder why that is a commonality that's floating around right now. They wonder why they can't get things back on track. We need Thunderbolt Ross. We might need Thunderbolt Ross's advice while he's locked up in the raft. Hey, Mr. Former President, aka Red Hulk, aka any, I need some advice with this Doom guy. Do you know anything about quantum physics, different timelines, and the worlds colliding on each other? Can you help me out with that, Mr. President? You're too important for us to replace. I had to come and talk to you. I had to make sure it's a scene in Doomsday coming up. That's the end of the article, man. Y'all, this is the stuff that really be pissing me off with Marvel and the fake outrage of, oh, it's disrespectful to recast. Who is it disrespectful to? It wasn't disrespectful to William Hurt to just be recasted. They just said that is Thunderbolt Ross's character is important, a mainstay in the MCU. No disrespect from there. Only the guy who helped start the MCU. One of them at least. Like I really ain't. I mean, I got words, but I really ain't got words for something like this. I really ain't got words for something like this. This is. I just find it as hella disrespectful to me. Hella did. Both of them had cancer. Both of them, for the most part, I would say, died bringing their characters to life. You know what I'm saying? Or were willing to die to bring these characters to life. Chadwick was willing to die to bring T'Challa to life. He was willing to die. Showed up every day, did his job while being sick. But he wasn't sick. The people who were sick are the people who made the decision to destroy his work, to destroy his legacy. Those are the sick people. The sick people were the ones who said, let's profit off of this man's death. Those are the sick people. Those are the sick people. As the homegirl Pam says, they wanted to make sure you came and watched this movie that was called Two Funerals and a Bastard. Black Panther, Two Funerals and a Bastard. But we get looked at like we crazy when we talk about how disrespectful that was. Oh, they honored him. That wasn't no honor. I'll be damned if I die and my job takes my likeness, my face, post all these pictures up, throws a luncheon, and make you pay to enter the luncheon to honor me. Oh, and by the way, all the work that I did at that job, if I was building something, let's say because I work on planes. Let's say I'm building a plane or I just designed a plane or something like that, and they scrap the plane. Oh, no, we ain't gonna go forward with that plane. To honor Blue, let's burn his plane blueprints. Let's burn his plane blueprints. Let's do that, and then we'll get somebody else to make some other blueprints that we will continue on. What? It's crazy, man. I'm still in disbelief on quick, how quick us people looked at that as honor. How quick we let Disney convince us that that was honor, that they were honoring Chadwick by making money off of his likeness and his death. That's crazy, yo. That is crazy. That's crazy. So to wrap all this Thor and Chris Hemsworth and this Harrison Ford stuff up, should Chris? Let's get it back. Should Chris Hemsworth come back to play Thor after this Doomsday? I mean, we know he's coming back, but are y'all looking forward to him coming back? Does he need a reinvention? Hopefully, with this Doomsday and these Secret Wars, hopefully they reinvent the character Thor, even though it'll be his second reinvention, right? This will be the second time they reinvented him. But hopefully they go back into a little bit more. I'm cool with him being a little jokey joke, but I need warrior Thor. I need um I need the Thor that I don't need him fat and chubby or depressed, but I need the Thor who just so badly wanted to kill Thanos. I need the Thor who had a mission to do. That's what I need. I need that Thor. And we don't need Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. He's not that. I hate to break it to y'all. They didn't have to recast Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, and they didn't have to make that movie Captain America: Brave New World. They didn't. Just like they didn't have to. You know what's crazy? Wakanda Forever. Instead of making that movie, I would have pushed all my chips in to what they just did with Eyes of Wakanda. I would have focused on Eyes of Wakanda, not necessarily those stories, but I would have said, okay, we don't have T'Challa right now. We don't have an actor to play T'Challa. Let's flesh out Wakanda. Let's flesh out Wakanda. Let's flesh out the Dora Milaje. Let's introduce the real war dog, the Hatu. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at the politics of what's going on in Wakanda. Sans Black Panther. Let's have that story revolve around Shuri. And she's getting into some type of Wakandan mischief. Maybe she wants to be the Black Panther. If y'all know who Shuri is, Shuri wanted to be the Black Panther. She trained, learned how to fight. Eventually lost the fight to her brother, T'Challa. But they could have did that. Showcase some of that. Made us want to like, you know what I'm saying? Want to like Shuri as the Black Panther. Not that there's anything wrong with Shuri being the Black Panther, but made us like that. Made us connect with Shuri. I don't think people connected with Shuri the way that they thought people was going to connect with Shuri. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that happened. Yeah, I don't think that happened. Perfect. Take a break with Black. You know what I'm saying? All right, we lost our actor. Let's take a break. Let's everybody huddle up. Let's convene. Let's talk about this. Let's take some time to talk about this. What can we do next? We don't have to do a sequel right now. Feige said we don't have to do a sequel. What do we do? We got room to play. We got wiggle room to play with right now. Everybody's loving Wakanda. Everybody's loving that. So let's just focus. Let's focus on Wakanda. Let's focus on Wakanda. But they didn't do that. Now all the Thor was a bad character. Somebody just said they wrote a terrible storyline for Shuri, which is what they did. Made Shuri like that was a horrible. That was a horrible Black Panther movie. If it was not a Black Panther movie, it might would have been a little bit better. But as a Black Panther movie, that was a horrible movie for a Black Panther movie. So now Marvel has to reinvent these characters. They got to figure out a way to make Shuri likable. I don't think Shuri was likable. They got to figure out to make a way to make Thor likable again. People did not like Thor from Thor: Love and Thunder. They hated that. Taika Waititi, get him out of here. Do not hire that dude back. Especially after learning that Taika Waititi didn't care two shits about Thor. Didn't know who Thor was, didn't know nothing about Thor. Gore the God Butcher, none of that. So get him out of here. Don't hire him back ever again. Ever again. So these characters need some repair, man. They need some reparations. These characters need some reparations, man. That's what they need. They need some reparations. Shuri, Thor, who else need reparations? Sam. I hate to say it. And I know a lot of people like why Sam can't be Captain America. It's not that he can't be Captain America. I think for his character, it served him better as the Falcon. I think Sam's character served him better as the Falcon. I don't think Captain America, Black Captain America, works as well as people may think on the big screen. I think they should have did a buddy cop type movie with him and Bucky, him still being Falcon, him still being Falcon, and Bucky's, being the Winter Soldier, them being buddy cop type, kind of like think of a Lethal Weapon type situation with Steve's essence, you know what I'm saying, with the ghost of Steve, you know what I'm saying, like looming over them. I think that would have made for. I think you could have get 2 to 3 movies out of them too. They got good chemistry together. Like everybody don't need to be a lead. Not saying that Anthony Mackie can't be a lead, but just imagine Sam and Bucky working on missions together. You know what I'm saying? Trying to solve the Serpent Society should have been. That's another thing too. How they just Serpent Society should have been the bad guys in Captain America: Brave New World. Not the Red Hulk, not the leader. Serpent Society. And he should have been trying to figure out what the hell the Serpent Society. It should have been a damn near kind of like a Hunt for Red October, something like that. Like a ton. They should have looked at like Tom Clancy's books or movies and said, that's what we want to do. Let's get Sam, let's get Bucky, put them together and make a Tom Clancy film. That's what they should have did. With and put that Marvel shine on it. Serpent Society, because these characters, nobody believed that Sam was gonna beat the Hulk, right? We already knew he gonna talk him down. We already knew that. Now imagine some real kick-assery, him going up. That scene with him and Giancarlo Esposito when Sam didn't have his gear with him and he got ambushed by Sidewinder. That's my favorite scene. I know a lot of people like the flying scene, him flying with the aircraft carriers and the Navy ships. That was cool, but my favorite scene was that mano a mano between him and Sidewinder. Mano a mano. Put your dukes up. I think it would have worked. Like you gotta think what's best for the character. And then you gotta, after you think what's best for the character, you gotta say, all right, I'm about to put this black man in this red, white, and blue, carrying this shield. How is the general audience gonna react to this? How is the general audience going? And then not just the general audience, some black people didn't like that Sam was Captain America. Like that was an uphill battle. That was an uphill battle that Sam as Captain America had to. People didn't watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series like that for them to even understand why he was Captain America to begin with. Best thing to do is the path of least resistance when you're with the and if you're gonna do it, go all in. They tried to make it seem like Captain America was this black Captain America was just loved by everybody. Hey, Cap, way to go. I would have went all, it would have been like an equivalent of like the Klan or something, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have had some white supremacist group. Like imagine him battling a white supremacist group. If you're gonna do Sam as a black Captain America, then do Sam as a black Captain America. A white supremacist group. Imagine a white supremacist group that got their hands on some tech. Right? A white supremacist group get their hands on some tech and go after Sam. Man, crazy. Let's get into these comments, man. I see y'all going in because I'm done talking about this Thor. That's my last one. But let's see what y'all talking about. Look like y'all having some good discussions up in there, man. Look like y'all having some good discussions up in there, man. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Why would that come up? I didn't want to do that neither. Why is it giving me the wrong? How about we just not have nothing? Can't have nothing. And my background is, why y'all ain't tell my background wasn't there? That's what I was missing. Let's see what these comments talking about. All right, let's go up a little bit. Go up a little bit. Stamina MC says, "Is Ford is saying that I say it's mostly to do with how Brave New World was received. He was way more enthusiastic about Marvel than anything for quite some time on the press run ahead of the release." Yeah, I can dig that. I think he, remember now, this would be 2 Disney movies back to back that didn't do what he thought it was gonna do. Indiana Jones came like a whimper in the wind. You know what I'm saying? It came and went ASAP. Nobody cared. There was no big talking points around it. So, and it didn't make no money. Then he says, "Oh, snap. Okay. That didn't work. Maybe that didn't work just because I'm too old as Indiana Jones anyway. Cool. It's a dead brand over there. So they rebooted with somebody young. I can go to Marvel though, because Marvel out here hitting the ball out the park, right? Nope. They not. So I feel you. and he just a little butthurt about that. It'd be crazy for Hercules to be hunting Thor through Secret Wars, almost like a twist on Deadpool 6. I like that. I wonder, it's crazy. I wonder, are we even gonna get that? Are we even gonna get Hercules showing up? You know what I'm saying? They might have moved on. You see, they not every thread that's loose, they not going after these threads. So I don't even know if they go after that thread. We all know how Ford feels about Star Wars. I highly doubt he wants to do another obnoxious franchise. There's that. He's old enough to lie and not care. True that. He could be lying. He could most definitely be lying. Most definitely. Yep. Everybody say, but the child isn't. It's all wild. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Until recently, how has Thunderbolt Ross arc pushed the overarching? He's been a point of pushing things forward. He's the reason why the raft exists. He's the Sokovia Accords, things of that nature. He was kind of like the first overarching bad guy in the MCU before they kind of brought in Thanos. He was the guy who was, looking into superheroes and things of that nature. So he has been a mainstay. He's been a staple. But at the same time, if you got rid of his character out of the MCU, like if they didn't recast, would you miss him? Probably not. I don't think anybody was checking for, a Thunderbolt Ross scene. Oh, hey man, we need Thunderbolt Ross in this next movie or it ain't gonna work. I don't think, what I'm saying, that was necessarily happening. That was not necessarily happening. He was last seen failing to catch Natasha Romanoff in 2021, hardly at the forefront of anyone's thoughts. I forgot he was also in Black Widow. Right, like he's not it's one of them. Who cares? Who cares, man? Who cares? Black characters like Blade only matter when they're going. Hey, say it again. Say it again, my friend. Say it again. My bad. Say it again. Critical Mass. What's up, Critical Mass? Says still can't believe Kugler killed T'Challa and Ramonda in the same movie, yo. Cuz they killed them in the same movie, cuz crazy. Crazy. How do you even do that? Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett, who people probably only showed up for her. Yeah, origami plane. I know a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. They could have used something from the comics like the X-Men and Shi'ar and had them take the child away. Then when we get Black Panther back, it's a new actor, but he's healed. Hey, he ain't even got to be sick. He could have went on a mission. Wakanda, Eyes of Wakanda could have been about them trying to find the Black Panther. He's missing. Imagine that. The king has gone missing. He done went on sabbatical. The nation is panicking. They don't know what's going on. Who's in charge now? Do you know how dope of a story that would have been? Them looking for T'Challa? Maybe he was kidnapped. Maybe he left on his own accord. And as they looking for T'Challa, there's this villain that is like Wakanda is now weak. Without their king, Wakanda is weak. And I ain't talking Namor neither. I ain't talking Latino Namor. Just imagine that. Imagine that. The MCU needs Thor at the time when not many of the new characters are sticking with viewers and remaining old guard established characters become all the more vital. I agree, Stamina. I agree. They need Thor. They need their core five. And the reason why they need their core is because they didn't take the time to establish a new core. When they had the time to do it, they just didn't do it for some reason. They just didn't do it. Yeah, could have made more than 4 episodes. Does not bring back so much as keep hold of, in my opinion. The RDJ thing is total bullshit, but the actors they still have in universe, they kind of need to use more than ever. Oh, okay, you talking to Q. Yep, yep. Thinking how badass it would have been to get Doom announced and we get all the rumors, but it's not confirmed. It's RDJ into the. That's what I said. That's what I said. Why tout him if you want it? Or Doom actually shows up in Fantastic Four, and maybe it's RDJ. Because I think they need RDJ to put butts in seats. But I'm with you. I think they announced who Doom was way too early. Way too early. I don't trust Marvel Stamina. But you're right. But I don't trust Marvel. I don't. I do not trust Marvel. Says the BP3 will include time travel. How in the fuck is Coogler going to justify not having a way to bring T'Challa back? If it's true, it's going to be insulting to the audience at this point. Yeah, and that's what I was saying the other day. BP3 will, from my understanding, is going to include time travel and what they said and space, which to me is either they're going to be aging the bastard up with the time travel situation, or Shuri can try to go back in time to save T'Challa because now she has the cure or whatever. It's one of those things. One or the other. It's how I look at it. It's one or the other. One or the other. But I'm with you. It's and so, because you could have been time travel. You could have been did time travel. Could have been did time travel. Rhodey, that brother got done absolute dirtiest. I don't know if his character can. No, Rhodey. I don't think Rhodey can recover. Stephanie, you might be right. I think the damage is done. Rhodey can't recover because he is now. I don't think his character is viable as a. He is now regulated to just cameos and supporting cast. Since they didn't do that Armor Wars that they wanted to do, that supposedly was going to get done with Rhodey, even though I think that was just something that they told my man's. I don't think they ever was going to do Armor Wars because they could have easily rolled Armor Wars into Ironheart or Ironheart into Armor Wars. They could have easily done that. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Stem said, I don't even notice so long as the main thing is to keep the main thing in stores are solid. Optics don't sell tickets. Optics, I think it's a double-edged sword, Stem. I see where you're coming from. I think um when you push a certain line too hard, when you push it too hard, it's like the rubber band effect. That rubber band could come back and smack you in the face. And I think that's what happens with so-called agendas. You know what I'm saying? Because agendas are in these. Every movie has an agenda. I'm not mad, like you said. I'm not mad about agendas, but there are noticeable agendas that don't necessarily have to be. Or I tell you this, or they make these agendas. They scream these agendas at the start of the film. Oh, this is the gayest movie ever. Like when you say something like that, I think is a can cause a black eye for your movie. We're gonna have the first gay kiss in a Marvel film. I don't think that brings the people to the movie theater. When that's your claim to fame, when that's what you're uh holding on to you know what I'm saying, to promote your film. If you have to promote your film by saying, "Oh, it's gay," or uh um um it's the future is female or something like that, then yeah. Cause just let it be gay. If it's gay, let it be gay, and let me decide as a person who bought a ticket whether I like it or not. Wonder Woman, that first Wonder Woman movie, it didn't have to scream uh female girl power or girl boss. It just was girl boss. Just let it be girl boss. And if the public likes girl boss, then they'll like girl boss. You don't have to announce. If I make a if I do a black superhero movie, I don't have to promote that it's a black superhero movie. This is the blackest Marvel movie ever. Like, I don't have to do, like, to me, Black Panther didn't say this is the blackest Black Panther movie ever or blackest Marvel movie ever. They just were the blackest movie. They just went out and said or just did that. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Let's see what else. What else going on? Pam in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Pam said didn't that happen at X-Men 97. You talking about the racist group? Yeah, but I'm like, to me, that works with Sam as Captain America too. And it ain't gotta be a big part of the movie, but let's say it starts with him stopping that. You know what I'm saying? Let's say Captain America Brave New World starts with him stopping a white supremacist group from taking over or from doing something. Right? And they were maybe hired by the Serpent Society or something like that. Now that's how he gets hold of, oh, the Serpent Society exists and now they got to do, like, but that lets us know that everybody isn't cool with Sam. See, they wanted to be in the movies. They wanted, oh well, people are cool with Sam in the movies, so the audience would be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tried to make it seem like if people are cool with Sam in the movies, in the world, in that world, then in the real world, people would be cool with Sam being Captain America. And not saying that people ain't cool with Sam being Captain America. It's just y'all knew people weren't gonna be cool with Sam being Captain America. Y'all knew that. I knew that. You know who knew that? The writers of Captain America. When they wrote a movie, I mean, when they wrote that, those when Sam first took up the shield in the books, people didn't like him. They didn't like him being Captain America. And they still don't like him being Captain America to this day. So what did they do? They brought Captain America back. Now it's two. Well, shit. Now it's three Captain Americas floating around. And I ain't talking about Walker neither. Yeah, I know, right? Shouldn't be different. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Get a couple more of these comments, man, and get on up out of here. If there was a solid street level Marvel story arc being built upon year on year, Ross could or would be quite important and useful, as is with all the multiversal draw circulating, not so much. That's what really, to me, I made a post about T'Challa being the reason why Marvel, and you know, that's not the only reason. The multiverse, when they did the multiverse, it really hurt them. Really hurt them. Yep, they had to talk into that scene. Not necessarily for Oscar bait. From what I understand, Coogler was like, "Oh, this is the MCU. We could bring anybody back." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. Whoa, hold up. It's the MCU. You can bring anybody back. It's a guy that y'all just killed. Are y'all gonna bring him back? You know what I'm saying?" Because she was against it. She was like, "Why would y'all kill Queen Ramonda? Like, why was?" And the way that they killed her was dumb. Nobody there to protect the queen? Nobody. Let's write it, dog. We can write it. But I need my if we write it, I need my credit and I need my money. You know what I'm saying? If we write it, they gotta pay us and they gotta give us our credit. Ooh, better. If Better Ray Bill shows up, that'd be dope. Better Ray Bill versus Thor in a fight. Better Ray Bill versus Thor in a fight. If I remember correctly, that's who Hulk fought in World War Hulk. Was it Better Ray Bill? I want to say that's who he fought in World War Hulk in the comic book. It was either him or Silver Surfer, but I want to say it was Better Ray Bill. I think in the cartoon it was Silver Surfer though. Either way, I'm with Better Ray Bill. I like Better Ray Bill. D Stizzle in the building. What up, bro? Wakanda Forever, Ironheart, and Armor Wars should have been. Ooh, I mean, with them bringing Riri into Wakanda Forever, you absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Hashtag Feige gots to go. You know why I stand D Stizzle. Feige gots to go. Hashtag. Hey, you mind if I take it? I'm taking that and running with it. That's gonna be my hashtag from now on. Feige gots to go. And I'm noticing too, Stizzle, a lot of other YouTubers. I don't know if they've been watching my channel, but they are now conceding that maybe Feige need to step down. Maybe it's time for maybe he has ran his course. And that's okay. Like, that's not taking nothing away from Feige. That ain't taking that. It's just maybe his course, you know what I'm saying? It's been ran. Got to. Feige, Rhodey should not be 60. You're absolutely right. The story should speak for itself. However, the story can be about it can't write. It can be about ethnic background. It could be all of that, but just let it speak for itself. You don't have to advertise. Sometimes, see, because these movies are supposed to be 4-quadrant movies. They're supposed to hit everybody. General audience, comic book fans, kids, women, men, old, young, whatever. But when you do a polarizing call to action like that, you might turn a lot of people. You might turn a lot of people. Did not do Sam any favors whatsoever. You're right. Whatsoever. No favors. No favor. It was a bad written movie for Sam. It didn't set him up right. Didn't set him up right. Didn't set him up right. And I hate that for him, but that's what happened. Did not set him up right. Damn it. There we go. Better Ray Bill. Of course, Blue, I keep watching and keep you posted on my comment. If you're trying to write, we can write. Okay. Cool. Kevin Feige. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yeah, I appreciate Q. Q, I appreciate you for becoming a member, hitting the like button, man. I appreciate all of that. Appreciate all of that, man. Y'all, and y'all showed up for me today, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So that's everybody's comments. Like I said, I appreciate y'all, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Mika should be with me tomorrow. Me and Mika have some conversations tomorrow. Blues House Live, 8:00. Y'all come through, see what me and Mika gonna talk about. That's my dog. She kind of got a little heated with me Monday on Blurred AF. Oh, Blurred AF too, Mondays. Mondays Blurred AF. Cinematic Nightmares. Follow Mika's channel, please. Follow Dre Mack. Follow Pam Entertainment TV. Follow all the homies. what's my other sister's channel? What's Tina's channel? She Dreads Me. Follow She Dreads Me. Yeah, y'all follow us all. Follow Chillmonger. Follow Planet Fanatics. Back of the Bus. We out here trying to make moves, man. Just a bunch of black nerds trying to crack into this space, man. So y'all follow us and keep us motivated, and you keep us motivated, and we'll keep bringing y'all this good news and have fun with y'all, man. Because I enjoy watching, coming in and having this conversation with y'all every night at 8:00. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it. So, like everybody say, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. Hit that notification bell. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Peace, house gang. And until next time, we are